you realized my grass is really long. And you're like, I don't want to cut the grass. That's so hard. I have to push around a lawnmower. Well, fret no more, because look at this. The purpose of this is to mow grass for you, just automatically. You put out the boundary fence. The transmitter. The idea of this is that it transmits a current through this wire that the lawnmower is able to detect, and then it can change directions when it drives over it. The only problem is that we fried the binary counter. So before it was functioning, when you turned on this switch, this turned on and it was generating a steady current through the wire. Now, this just gets really hot and it blinks. So the main issue with that is that it's impossible to test our sensors because there's not a constant current being generated through here. So let's just turn that off. Right now we're only testing the leftmost sensor. The idea with this circuit is that we have these two inductors which are going to be able to sense if the lawnmower has driven over the boundary fence. If we go here, you can see that it's printing data for the inductors on the left-hand side. But because our boundary isn't working, there's not an actual reliable way to test this. So for now, we just have it running like this. The whole controller. So we don't have anything hooked up to the breadboard right now, although we have all of the pins labeled. Since the transmitter and the sensors aren't working together, we figured that it would be easier for demonstration purposes just to have the pins not hooked up. So we have LEDs here which indicate whether it's on or off. And then we have a resistor bridge connected over here to the motor driver, which is supposed to control the driving motors. And then we also have this pin connected to pin 1 here, and this pin connected to pin 15 here. The idea is that analog pins 1 and 2 will be able to read the current from these just to make sure that we're not overpowering it. These two inductive sensors, they sense when the boundary fence is in front of the mower. These two on the side sense when it's on the side, which allows for a more calibrated experience for turning. Okay, well, our functionalities. We have a switch for user input. We have, for hardware, the driving motors as well as the cutting motor. We have sensors, the inductive sensors. We have visual output with these two LEDs. We attempted to incorporate the software, which changes the direction of the mower when it reaches the boundary wire. That doesn't work, of course. But other than that, we also have this 3D printed body, which we printed out in segments and then screwed together.
Hey, Group Mike here. This is the main body of the lawnmower, and as you can see, we have a large motor here. This powers the weed whacker, and then we have two hidden motors down here that are driving wheels. So to start the system, we're using just some leads for the weed whacker. So I'll go ahead and start that. You can hear it go, and I'll lift it up a little bit so you can see the system working. And then to start the driving, we just flip this switch here, and it'll just kind of go on. Just start moving like that.
I'm Mike. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, Martin, for filming.
Thank you, Mazu.
Thanks, Mod.